Welcome back, everyone. So Ogrepon Wellspring has been getting suspect tested in national decks for a little while now. As you can see, this is the account that I laddered on, and I went 40 and 9 with this team right here. So when I built this team, what I was trying to do is put as many 100% accurate moves on it as I could. So the only inaccurate moves are Draco Meteor after we use the Dragonium Z and Toxic on Lando. Everything else on this team has a 100% accuracy. So I think that makes playing the game a lot more consistent. Let's go ahead and lead off with Urshifu right here. And we can just go right for a U-turn. They might, I was going to say pivot into Rocky Helmet Lando, but it actually ends up being Golden Go coming in. This is Spidef Moltres. It's mainly for Iron Moth. That's why we have Scorching Sands, but it's really good for Golden Go as well sometimes. I'm thinking I want to bring out my Lando. Yeah, let's go Lando here. It turns out to be lefties. And let's get up our rocks as they go out into their Lando. So we're going to force them to spin later. Trade Toxics, yeah, pretty standard stuff. I don't want to U-turn because I'm pretty sure they're going to have... Will they Earthquake here is the thing? I'm tempted to try to get in Lele, but I think it's a throw. I don't do that yet. Maybe what I do is go U. Yeah, I should have gone Lele because it is going for that, so... Pretty unfortunate. I can probably try to Ice Spinner now and just knock it out. I'm assuming they thought I would try to go for Surging to knock it out and take a ton of helmet damage, but Ice Spinner is good for that because you can only hit it once and you'll still be good to go. So now that they know I'm clicking Choice Scarfed Ice Spinner most likely, how do they react? Ends up bringing out Diancie. Do I want to go hard Scizor? Probably not. Like, Mystical Fire is a very likely play here. I don't think they would ever click a rock move here. There's the Moonblast. They're probably going for Diamond Storm now. I mean, I'll just sack it. Goes for Power Gem, yeah. It's not worth the risk, honestly. Like, I could go out into Scizor, but... Like, what if they just Mystical Fire that, right? That's why Mega Diancie is so good. You have to try to predict it. They took no damage. What? This thing is so broken. So my win con is maybe Raging Bolt. I don't know yet. Gonna bring it out here on the recover, and I think I just go for a Calm Mind if I'm being honest. Ends up getting the Spidef drop on Shadow Ball, which is annoying, yeah, like I don't like that at all. But then they sack the Diancie, which I don't get, so they basically have to go Latios now. If I had the Spidef boost, maybe I could live a Luster Purge. Wait, they don't have a Dragon move, do they? Because they're thinking about not going out into that. I don't think they have a Dragon move. So am I actually going to stay in and Dragonium Z that? Although, I mean, they might just go out into Terapagos here and like Rapid Spin into Terra Starstorm. That could be a very good play for them. Me right now, I'm just trying to keep... Okay, they end up going Lottie. Okay, what do I think Lottie's doing? I'm tempted to go hard Lele, but... Yeah, we'll do that. As they do have Draco. Okay, so at least we didn't get caught off guard there. Now I'm just going to go right for Moonblast. I don't care if Golden Go comes in. You can recover and do whatever you want. Takes 33. Let's hit him up with the Raging Bolt again, as it ends up being Shadow Ball. Not what I wanted to see there. But we were faster, right? Okay, we got it low enough. That's all I needed, because now I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up winning with Urshifu from this position. So like right here, what I'm going to do is go Urshifu and Surging because it's where they can't defend. I'm hoping they sack this, which they do, so we don't even have to play against Golden Go for the rest of the game. Allows me to click Moonblast freely. Brings out Lottie. Probably going for Luster Purge this time, if I had to guess. Yeah, there's Luster Purge, but that's fine. I'm just going to Bullet Punch here and let the Mystical Fire me, because that... They've clicked Luster Purge again, what? And then I KO Lottie. I don't know why they didn't click Mystical Fire. Are you like Scarfed? And I guess it was Mega Diancie, right? So it must have been Scarfed Lottie. Or Specs, but no, Specs would have done less. So what do I do now? Go for Bullet Punch. Goes ahead and spins. I don't like that, if I'm being honest. But Lele shouldn't die to Terra Starstorm. And I think we'll be fine here. Yeah, so they know they need the extra boost. Maybe I should have been roosting, but it doesn't really make a difference. It comes down to whether Lele lives. Which, Terra Starstorm, I don't think that'll do 76, right? They have to, like, crit. What's this thing called again? Terrapagos Terrastal. So Terra Starstorm, why is that doing no damage? Well, it doesn't matter. It comes down to this. If I can live, I win. Come on. Yeah, we eat it up. Okay, there we go. And there's no way Hisui and Samurott can win the game, so we're going to be fine here. We'll see if they're scarfed. They were sashed, it looks like, so now we go U, and we just, I don't know, surging, and that'll be the game right there. Nice. We have another game right here against a Sun team. So the nice thing is my team is prepared for Sun because we have Spidef Moltres for Venusaur, and Scarf Urshifu kind of deals with Blaziken pretty well, so I'm not too worried about this. It's just if I get careless against either of those, I could end up losing. Ends up leading off with Nidoking. Well, this could be Choice Scarfed for sure. Okay, we're going to do some stuff here. I kind of want to go Scizor into Lando and figure out what the set is right now because, I mean, it could just be sashed with rocks, but I don't know is the issue. I think they're going to click Sludge Wave here if they're... Should I just Psychic and bite the bullet, and if they're Scarfed, they're Scarfed? Yeah, you know what? I'm doing it. Sashed. Okay, yeah, so I should have switched, but it's better than it being Scarfed because I at least got it low. Now what I can do is just bring out Lando under Q, I think, is the correct thing to do. I mean, I could go U and then like U-turn into Raging Bolt. That actually seems better. I think I want Raging Bolt on the field, so we're going to go that route. Let's go ahead and U-turn here. Ends up opting to keep it, but now you gave me Photosynthesis, so have fun with that, man. I'm just going to click Dragonium Z, I think. Yeah, Sax the Nidoking. I could have like just regular Draco'd, but then I'm at -2 and I don't get to Draco the next mon. It's just not a fun spot to be in, whereas this is, so... Yeah, what are you going to do about my Raging Bolt under Sun right now, man? Go Venusaur? Honestly, I don't even want you damaging this. Yeah, don't Earth Power me. I'm going to go out into this, and... I don't even think I have a reason to predict. Goes Arcanine, and this is a free Lando. Burns me on the Flare Blitz, really? Why the burn? And then picks me off with E-Speed. I think if they didn't burn me, I would have actually been out of range of E-Speed. Although it was Life Orb, but it was -1. Yeah, I think I would have lived. Okay, so now I don't see anything wrong about going Raging Bolt. Ends up bringing out Blaziken, which I just Thunderbolt every time. You can't OHKO me, like, unless you're all-out pummeling, which you're not. So it goes Venusaur. Should I just Draco now? KO Torkoal in one hit. There we go. Now what's the plan? Because I will make it so that you can't win with Blaziken by going harder Shifu right now. And CCing. This is stronger than Surging Strikes because of the other, because of the Sun. So let's go ahead and hit him up and then Bullet Punch, right? And then we should be a guaranteed win right here. Goes hard into Venusaur, which I'll just Bullet Punch twice. And then Scizor can't win. So yeah, I think we're good. Go hard you, and then Thunderbolt it. Do a nice 89, and then we'll do that, and yeah, we're fine. I'll just Thunderbolt. No point in doing anything fancy when I can just Bullet Punch it right now. There we go. Okay, we end up in the 1700s with that win too. We have our next opponent. I've played this guy a lot recently. He really just has setup spam plus like a Choice Scarf Togekiss if I'm remembering correctly, so let's just try to deal with this. The only thing that I ever end up really losing to on this team is Garchomp, but sometimes Val catches me off guard too. I don't think I've ever lost to his Gyarados, so let's lead off with Urshifu, just because like Choice Scarf is really good into anything on this team. I wish I remembered what his Iron Valiant was, but I don't. That could be important for Moltres to be able to beat it. I'm pretty sure the Entei was like a Life Orb, if I remember correctly, or something like that. I don't know. If we can get the play right with Dragonium Z versus Thunderbolt into like Togekiss versus Garchomp, that would be really good too. So ends up leading off with a Raikou. This is usually sub Calm Mind. So I'm going to go for a U-turn. And if I know that it's sub Calm Mind, it could be subbing right now. I don't really want to go out into something that'll take a ton of damage, so let's go Raging Bolt. Should I burn my Z move just to, like, hit this? It's gonna sub, right? We know it's gonna sub. You know what? We're risking stuff. If they attack, they attack. Oh, you know what? We're not risking anything. I'm just gonna Draco Meteor it, or, like, Z Draco it. I don't want to, like, let this thing get a kill for no reason. Imagine if it Thunderbolted here as I went back to Shifu for no reason. I would lose, like, right there. So it's just not worth it. He can sub for all I care. Sub this turn will put him at 57, then I Draco the next sub, and we basically just have to do that, which is unfortunate, but yeah, there's the sub. He ends up at 58. Now he ends up at 39. Yeah, this is like basically how I expected this to go. I have to make the risk anyway, which is pretty unfortunate. Or I go Scizor. I think that's even worse. Should I just Draco? No, you know what? We're going to go Urshifu, and if they attack, they attack. We're going to risk it. I think I don't have a choice. They're so thinking about it, though. Like, I know they know the situation, too. But Scizor dying would be super bad. If they KO my Urshifu right now, what do I do about this Raikou after that? I wish I could tell you. Okay, they did sub. Nice. Okay, so we're not throwing the game. I actually could have Surginged right there, and I clicked way too fast. Huh. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, now I have to Draco Raw. Yeah, why didn't I Surging? Okay, well, we get rid of it. We're still fine. It's just, you know, impulsive clicks costing me stuff as usual. So, do I T-Clap? Or I think I want to keep this for Gyarados just in case it ends up mattering. We're going to go U. Okay, they try to Encore me. And then we're just going to hope we don't get completely flinched to death, you know? There's one flinch. You know what? No, we're not playing this game. Get over here. Opts to go Entei. Yeah, I don't really care about this. I'm not sitting there letting you flinch me to death. That would be silly. Okay, that has to be Adamant, but I think if it's Adamant, it's 299 speed, which is good. They crit the E-speed. I think that mattered for sure. Like, I would have lived that. Getting kind of lucky right now, but it's fine. I can bring out U. I think I'll just Surging. I mean, you can go Garchomp. Crits the E-speed again. What is going on? Like, is this actually how I'm going to lose this game? To just nonsense like this? Goes for SD. Okay, so I gotta hope that this plus the Bullet Punch can KO or I just lost. Because they're going to Scale Shot here. Actually, no, wait, I can't do that. I was thinking about switching into Lele and then clicking... What's it called? The Close Combat when I come back in. Because they can't Scale Shot into Lele right now. What if I... If I did 19 right here, they would go down to 24. Can Bullet Punch do 24 to Garchomp? Let's see. Why? Oh, no Technician. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, that's like defensive Garchomp. Get all this out of here, please. Yeah, I can. So I just Surging again. 23 into Bullet Punch, and it's a no-brainer. I can live this now. So it ends up going hard Gyarados. It's going to click Dragon Dance, and I have to get the Mind Game right. Or I go Lele and hope that lives, but I don't know if it does. Goes for DD. Okay, we're Thunderclapping. Are you sub? If you sub as well, that's an issue. Dang, you see, this is where Rocks would have made all the difference. Imagine if I had Rocks up to weaken this even more, and I didn't get crit by E-Speed. And then if this didn't crit me, I would have actually had an Urshifu, right? Or maybe I would have taken too much from Garchomp anyway. I know they're considering going hard into their Garchomp right now, but it's not worth Draco Meteoring. What are you doing? Okay, we bring it down to 14. The only hope is that Bullet Punch KOs, and I think it will. Gyarados, Mega. 12 to 15. Okay. They're at 14. And they for sure have a way to KO Lele, right? Lele can never live. Maybe a Scizor just lives, actually, so I don't have to stress out too much. But then do I win from there? No, I don't. Yeah, I think I just lose. I gotta go Scizor, obviously. And then I gotta, like, Bullet Punch. Oh, we got the roll. Okay, nice. I think I deserve the roll, honestly. Like, this luck has been so terrible. Goes Iron Valiant. Okay, so I guess it lives a Bullet Punch if they're doing this. I think I want to go Moltres and not even play around. Tries to Hypnosis me. Okay, dude. Well, I would have won if I stayed in, but... Lands it. But now I go back to Scizor, right? And I think I'm good. Goes for that. How much does Bullet Punch do? Iron Valiant. Not enough. I need to, like, burn it. And there we go. Okay, we're getting lucky and it back to them now. Like, this is what I need. Do it again. Now I go you. I honestly think I take the time to Roost now and be healthy. Right? Oh, what if they have Encore? And also they could Hypnosis. It's not worth it. Yeah, I just Bullet Punch. Does this have Flamethrower? If it has Flamethrower and I go Lele, I win. Air Slash. Okay, so they were relying on Air Slash. I think I'm in the clear then if it's that's its attack. I mean, obviously if I break through and... Oh, wait. I just choked. I just set up Terrain. Oh, wait. It's not Scarfed. So what does that mean? I mean, I gotta hope that doesn't have Fire move. Yeah, I just choked if this had Fire move. I should have just Bullet Punched. If I Bullet Punch, they die first, right? Yeah? I can't believe I just had them live on one there, but they die, I win. Okay. That game really should not have been that hard. Like, we got 14 points for that, and yeah, I think if I didn't get unlucky earlier on, I think I would have not had to get lucky back to them, like right here, but it's all theory mining. Let's move on. We have our next game here against a Kyurem squad, so here's what I'm thinking. Raging Bolt looks really good if I can get rid of the Gliscor with it. Also, my Lele just clicks Psychic into this entire team. Like, Scizor is kind of not a switch into Choice Specs Lele. I could make the play and try to HP Fire, but I think that's too aggressive at some point. Let's go for a U-turn here and try to get off a Psychic right away. There we go. And I'm not predicting. I'm throwing off Choice Spec Psychic. Goes Gliscor, not a switch in. So are you going to try Scizor now? There's the Scizor, and as you can see, it's not a switch in either. Goodbye. I think this game is super over already. Ceruledge comes in. Goes Gliscor. And then Tapex. Okay, I could have gotten another Psychic kill, but I thought they might try to stay in that time. Don't want to get Toxic on anybody important, so let's knock off this item right now. I'm not the biggest fan of what they just did. Okay, we got in on the correct turn, because now I can Psychic, and they don't have a switch in. Huh? Wait, actually, you're doing that? Okay. This thing is basically a defog bot for me right now, so I'm going to defog and then threaten the BP kill. But they end up keeping it, so I'm just going to go Lele and keep the sack. Yeah, because we know rocks are going back up. I don't mind taking this hit just to, like, put on some pressure right now. It's fine. Just don't double protect. There we go. Ceruledge comes in. We've already been over this a few times. Poltergeist, yeah, that's okay. Give me another KO. Like, this entire team gets eaten alive by Lele. It's actually sad. Sacking off the Terapagos this time. I don't mind that, because it was like your one big threat. This guy doesn't predict. It's weird. Like, he hasn't predicted a single time. Okay, goes for Scald. Nice. I'm just going to drop this Devastating Drake on him now. KO the Gliscor, and basically just say I'm out of the woods is what I'm trying to do here. I don't know what they thought I would do, try to Thunderclap, but yeah, we win 5-0. We have the Necromouser. I'm pretty sure that's a Pixelmon thing if I remember correctly, but what I want to do here, or maybe that's Slaughtermouse, it's one of those two. I'm going to lead off with my Lando. Lando doesn't have a bad lead here. I mean, I guess Finny could be annoying, but everybody else I either Toxic or EQ. So I'm pretty okay with this. I can get up rocks on Scizor without an issue. Who wins this game for me? Raging Bolt? Yeah, for sure Bolt. If I can weaken the Ogerpon Cornerstone, that would be really helpful. That thing is a massive problem, huh? That's like one of the few mons this team is not prepared for. Like, I can't really deal with the combination of Rock, Ivy, Cudgel, and Power Whip with anybody. Like, if it was Wellspring, ironically, that would be fine because we have Raging Bolt, but Cornerstone is an issue. I guess that kind of makes sense, though. Like, sometimes Cornerstone runs Low Kick, too, to cover Ferrothorn. It's just a really tricky mon to beat. But it is weak to Bullet Punch, so I'm happy about that. What is my initial switch in for it going to be? I think I just have to get the plays right. Like, I can go hard Urshifu and try to pivot around with a U-turn, force Psychics with a Lele, and that's kind of how I can win. But if they click the Grass move into Urshifu, that's going to be a problem. So we'll see how that works out, basically. But like I said, I don't think Lando has a bad lead. The Necromouser doesn't want to pick a lead, so I'm just going to go ahead and wait until he does. I'll be right back. Okay, so they ended up leading off with their Alamamola. Perfect. So I'm going to Toxic this. Most likely it will miss, but oh, we actually landed it. Perfect, okay. Now I'm going to Rocks, and the Alamamola is at 78, and we have Rocks up. Do they try to just defog right now? Maybe this was premature with Lando, but I don't think it is. Now they DC. I don't know what's going on with this player, but I'll just go ahead and be right back once they either come back or we win. Okay, so they end up bringing out their Tapu Fini, so they do want to defog clearly. Let's go ahead and U-turn out of here. And basically just go Lele on the Calm Mind. That's fine. I'm going to start Psy-Shocking you. I don't think Draining Kiss is going to do enough back to me to where that's like scary, so... Yeah, take 61. How much are you doing with Draining Kiss? Yeah, you're not re-healing anything. So goes Alamamola, takes a lot. Now it's going to click Flip Turn, right? But that's fine. I'll just Psy-Shock again. As that was some crazy roll. 44 into 50. I guess I'll take it. I mean, I didn't have to take any damage there. Go U on the knockoff. I believe I'll go for U-turn on the Slowking and force an EQ right now, right? Why else would I not do that? They don't have Earthquake Switch-ins. Nobody has Earthquake Switch-ins in Pokemon. Lando EQ is broken. So let's go ahead and hit him up right now. And either they give me like Terrapagos Terra Shell or Finny. I don't know what their plan is. Yeah, they do give me Terrapagos Terra Shell. I kind of saw that coming. Let's go U because I know they're spinning, and like honestly, I'll just click CC here. I could U-turn, but if they stayed in, I would be in kind of an annoying spot. So yeah, we're gonna get the play right and close combat them and deal with them that way. Now what do they even bring in? Like they have to go Slowking and Chili out, which is just annoying for them. They're gonna Chili, right? I guess I can go Scizor, but if it has a fire move, I would like cry, so... Yeah, let's just go this. It does go for Chili. Scizor would have been a good play. Okay, nice. This is really good because, like I said, if this is Trailblaze, I can't even lose to it anymore because I'm going to U-turn here and put it in range of Bullet Punch, and then we're going to deal with it that way. And I think I'm just going to sack my Lando. And it's not actually the set that I was worried about. So I can bring this out again. U-turn here on the Finny. Force Psychic this time, I believe, is fine. Because it deals with Scizor better than Psy-Shock. Ends up sacking off Ogerpon Cornerstone. Now they're going to bring out what? The Scizor Mega... Which I guess I can just Psychic and then win with Raging Bolt. They try to SD, but yeah, that can't Bullet Punch me under this terrain. So they sack that. Bring out this. Yeah, we're gonna win. Future Sight's there. Tries to Thunderwave me under the Misty Terrain, because that's a thing they have for some reason. And yeah, we end up at 1728. Nice. We have Jumila Pipe and his Mega Medicham squad. I've played this guy plenty of times before as well. Let's see how this one goes, because I can definitely put on pressure with Raging Bolt, but it's only if I get plays right. And once again, they have Ogre Pawn Cornerstone, which, if that's predicting against me correctly, I just lose to. So, not the best circumstances. This is really good. I can go for a U-turn. They stay in, really? I mean, I guess I'm just going to go Lando on the EQ. So I guess they're also Choice Scarfed or something. I don't know. And then they show Ice Punch. Do you have Quick Attack on top of all this? I'm tempted to Toxic here, predicting Alo, but this guy's played his Diggersby so shamelessly. I'm like, I should have Toxic. Let's Toxic it now and just let them KO me with a flip turn. If I had Toxic first, I would have been able to preserve Lando, which would have been actually really important, but I didn't, so we don't get to do that now. If this is Z Wild Charge, they can win the game. That's okay. I'm just going to click Psychic as they sack it to Defog. I don't know if that's really worth it for them, if I'm being honest. Look, this is looking good because I don't know if their Mega Medicham has Poison Jab or what really is going on with that, but like what I think I want to do here is go Scizor on the Cudgel. I was tempted to go Urshifu, but it felt risky. 1831 player. This would be a nice win. Okay, they do know how to predict. They went for a U-turn. Probably going to go for an Earthquake. Ooh, good play. Okay, so now I have to kind of be careful. They keep on cudgeling. It's annoying because... Okay, now they go Moltres. He never predicts. It's actually kind of tricky to maneuver around. Oh, but now they don't predict. Okay, perfect. I get to click Dragonium Z, deal with something finally, and we'll be good to go. And the thing I'm dealing with is Moltres, which I get them sacking because they really don't have a reason to keep it when Lando is... I mean, Scizor is so bad, in such a bad spot. I think I just sack off my Scizor here. You sack Scizor, go Diggersby. I mean, Lele and Psychic. They're probably sacking this, or I don't know what they want to sack. Yeah, it's this. Brings out Cornerstone. I feel like the grass move has to be coming out here. And if I sacked off Urshifu, I would lose. I still tried to do it. I was like really hoping they wouldn't click that, and they did. Is there any chance I can win now? No, I think I just lose. I shouldn't have done that. I should have tried to either Psychic or... I don't know. We're going to go You and Hope You Live. That's the first thing I got to do here. But it's not going to be enough. Even if I live this plus Burn, which I don't, yeah, we just lose. Unfortunately, like I said, if Ogerpon gets the plays right, it wins, and they did kind of get every play right? Because I never went into Urshifu on the turns they cudgeled, and then, of course, they go for Power Up this turn. I'm kind of annoyed because I said it and still did it, but at the same time, it's like tricky because I go Moltres on the Power Whip, and that doesn't really help. We're still in the exact same like 50-50 position, so we'll go ahead and get one more game. Okay, and our last game is literally just Screens HO, so let's try to beat this by leading off with you and just moonblasting stuff. The trick to beating screens is get rid of the screen setter immediately, like actually right away, and then force them into spots that they don't want to be in, basically. So I'm going to Moonblast here. Goes hard Gyarados, which is weird because... Okay, what do I want to do? I'm going to Moonblast again as it tries to sub, and now they're wasting their screen turns. Okay, this is going very well. Goes Mouse Hold, probably trying to tidy up, right? We end up doing that much with Moonblast, but now I go U and knock it out, right? So that's fine. I'm scared about Mega Charizard X. Okay, they end up forfeiting right there, and we end up getting up to 17:30. That was a really short game, so we'll get one more. We have our next game, Golden Go Webs. So what do I want to do about this? We're going to lead off with... I could lead it Raging Bolt. That's not a bad idea. And just drop the Z move into Thunderbolt. And that could be okay, but... I would rather lead you and Psychic this Shuckle twice and just try to get rid of it that way, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we end up doing 55. Do they keep it, though? No, they don't want to. So, Golden Go coming in, right? Do I go hard Lando on that? It's tricky because Lando could be Z-move, and Lando is also really good into the squad from this position because look at Earthquake against this team. But I gotta be worried about Mega Gardevoir too. Mega Gardevoir is an issue. I can't Bullet Punch it under Psychic Terrain, and even if I could, they have like 4 other Bullet Punch resists, so that's a tricky mon to try to play around. If I was a U-turn Mega Scizor here, that would be really nice. Ends up going Urshifu right now. I don't know what this means really, but... Like, the Surging just KO me? Please don't be a roll. I think I'm gonna live. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of Urshifu as well. For free, basically. You'd love to see that, right? But I still need to figure out what I'm doing about a few of these things. I kind of want Lele to die, just so I don't have to have terrain up and I can click Bullet Punch freely. They're probably going to go out into what here? Like Gardevoir or Keldeo, right? Because everybody else would have to take a Psychic. So there's Keldeo. I'm just going to click Psychic. Goes for Secret Sword to KO me. That's fine. Because now I go Raging Bolt and just Thunderbolt. They could go Gardevoir and play the Mind Games if they have like something that can out-prioritize. Okay, I was about to say, there's no way you're KOing me, right? So we end up dealing with that pretty handily. And I think, like, Gardevoir comes out. If this subs, how bad would that be? Should I just click Thunderbolt so it can never sub here, and then I pressure it with other mons? Or I go Moltres and spam Flamethrower and keep this around. I think I want to do that. And again, is this ever useful against these last two? I want to say no. But like neither... Moltres could be good into Golden Go. Let's Thunderbolt in case it's substituting. Which it is, yeah. Do I just keep Thunderbolting? Goes for Hyper Beam. Okay, so now I just get the KO for free, right? Who do I want the KO with, though? Does Lando EQ kill? What do they expect there? I guess they expected... Who knows what. Gardevoir... Mega. Earthquake to 76 min. I think that's the mon I want to have on the field. So recharge, let me KO you. And then we're going to go from that position. Because neither of these can really deal with Landorus. So we end up KOing that, nice. What do they bring in? Do they go Ceruledge and try to SD? Looks like that's the plan. But I'm just going to go hard Urshifu here. I'm never going to actually let them do anything. Yeah, now I Surging Strikes, and they either stand and die, or they go Golden Go. And I should always beat Golden Go with Surging into Earthquake. So there we go. We end up at 1747 on the day. That's got to be top 100, right? Come on. 1747. Yep, we're number 87 on the ladder. GXE is getting better. It used to be kind of down there, but we're getting back up towards 80, so I'm happy about that. I did hope you all enjoyed this. Definitely try this team if you want to use like a super try-hard build, because it is so consistent thanks to the fact that like you really can't miss attacks. When I was first laddering for the suspect test on a different account, I was trying to use a team with like Mega Tyranitar. It was actually the Zygarde 10 team from last week, and I would miss Stone Edge so many times and lose games that I was just supposed to win, and it was just not worth it. And then I loaded up this team after building it, and it was immediately like night and day. I could just win every game because I literally didn't have to risk missing, right? I could just focus on my game plan. So there we go. Yeah, I'll see you all next time. Later.